Dear students, today we are going to discuss about the palate. Palate, actually palate, it's a partition between the nasal cavity and the oral cavity. See here in this image. See this one is a nasal cavity and this is our oral cavity with the tongue. See these two cavities are separated by a structure. This is what the palate. See its anterior part it is made up of bone. Okay, this part it is made up of bones. That part it is known as what? The hard palate. And the posterior part, this area, it is made up of muscles. Now this posterior part is known as the soft palate. Okay, so anterior part, hard palate, posterior part, soft palate. Now we are going to see the features of hard palate. As I told you, it's the partition between the nasal cavity and the oral cavity. Then anterior two-third is formed by palatine process of maxilla. Anterior two-third of this hard palate is made up of palatine process of maxilla. See this one. This is a hard palate. See below that, this area, this is a nasal cavity, right and left nasal cavities. And here comes the oral cavity. This one, upper jaw teeth. Okay, so anyway, this separation or this part, this is what the hard palate. It's anterior part, means that this area. Here we can see two bones. One is this, the other one is this. Those two plates arise from maxilla. So these two plates are known as palatine processors of which bone maxilla. So anterior part is made up of palatine process of maxilla. Then this posterior part, see right and left part, it is made up of horizontal plates of palatine bone. Means this hard palate it is made up of four plates. Correct now? See what are the four plates? Right and left palatine process of maxilla, right and left horizontal plates of palatine bone. So anterior two-third formed by palatine process of maxilla, it is clear. Posterior one-third it is formed by horizontal plates of palatine bone, that is also clear. Then anterolateral margins of the palate are continuous with the alveolar arch and gum. What is meant by that? Anterolateral part. See this area, this is the anterior part, front side. This is the posterior part or back side. This is side or lateral part. So anterolateral means this anterior and lateral part, this area, and this area of this opposite side. Here it is continuous with the gum or alveolar arch means the arch with the space for the teeth. Okay. So anyway, alveolar arch means roughly we can say it is the arch for the teeth. Okay. So anterolaterally it is continuous with this alveolar arch or the gum. Then posterior margin gives attachment to the soft palate. See, this is the posterior end of the hard palate. Posterior end of the hard palate. There comes the beginning of the soft palate. Okay, so anterolateral margin is clear. Posterior margin is also clear. Now superior surface which forms the floor of the nose. Is it correct? See, this is a superior surface of the hard palate. There comes the floor of the nasal cavity, and this is the inferior surface. It forms the roof of the oral cavity. Correct now. So features of this hard palate. Some features of this hard palate. Okay, what are they? It's a partition between the nasal cavity and the oral cavity. It's anterior part made up of palatine process of maxilla. Posterior part is made up of horizontal plates of palatine bone. Superior surface forms the roof of the floor of the nasal cavity. Inferior surface forms the roof of the oral cavity. Okay. Now, nerve supply and arterial supply. Okay, first arterial supply is supplied by greater palatine branch of the maxillary artery, venous drainage and pterygovenous plexus. The nerve supply, greater palatine and nasopalatine branches of pterygopalatine ganglia. Those things you have to by heart. Okay. Then lymphatic drainage into deep cervical, upper deep cervical lymph nodes and retropharyngeal lymph nodes. Okay. Upper deep cervical means those nodes are seen inside, they are seen in the cervical region. Those nodes are known as cervical lymph nodes. And this deep means which lies near to the trachea and the esophagus. Okay, means it is deep while comparing with the other lymph nodes. So deep cervical. Okay. So it drains into deep cervical lymph nodes. Retropharyngeal means I already told you it is in behind the pharynx. Okay, so lymphatic drainage into these two groups now supply greater palatine and nasopalatine branches of the pterygopalatine ganglia. Then arterial supply greater palatine artery, and it's a branch of maxillary artery. The venous drainage into pterygoid venous plexus. So these are some of the details of this hard palate. Now we are going to see the features of soft palate. Soft palate, it's a muscular fold suspending from the posterior border of the hard palate that we already saw. Okay, so it is made up of soft palate. It's made up of muscles. See, this is what the soft palate. Okay, this soft palate which is made up of muscles. It separates the nasopharynx from the oropharynx. See, this is a nasopharynx, and this one is here. Can say oropharynx. These two are separated by the soft palate. The soft palate has two surfaces, anterior surface and a posterior surface, then two borders, superior and inferior borders. So we see the features of those. See here, this is a superior border which is connected to the posterior end of the hard palate, and this is the inferior border which is free. Okay, see here, this one is the inferior border which is free with a projection which is known as uvula. Okay, then anterior border which is connected to the hard palate, or a superior border, not anterior, superior border. So superior border is connected to the hard palate, inferior border which is free. Now two surfaces, one anterior surface and a posterior surface. See this posterior surface which is convex, anterior surface which is concave. See, anterior surface is concave and it is having a median raphe. See, this is the anterior surface. Now we can see the anterior surface. Here in the anterior surface, one raphe is there, one ridge is there. Respond to that ridge, there will be a fibrous band. This is what the anterior median raphe. Okay, so this is what the anterior median raphe. This is seen in the anterior surface exactly in the midline. So anterior median raphe. Anterior surface, in this diagram it is clear. It is concave. And from this diagram, it is this raphe is also clear. Okay, so anterior surface which is concave and having a raphe. Posterior surface which is convex. Correct. Now this is on the posterior surface. Now the tip of the cursor is on the posterior surface. So posterior surface and anterior surface. Then superior border and inferior border. Now in the middle of the inferior border, there is a conical projection. That is what the uvula. I already showed you this projection. This is what the uvula. From each side of the base of the uvula, two foldings runs laterally. What are the two foldings? Palatoglossal fold and palatopharyngeal fold. See, this is what the uvula. Base means this area. This is what the base. This is the tip. Okay, so from the base, two foldings. See, runs laterally. Correct me. See, one is this. The other one is this. See, this anterior one is known as palatoglossal fold. And this posterior one, this is known as the palatopharyngeal fold. So two foldings are there, or yes, two foldings are there. Okay, between those two foldings there is a gap. That gap is known as tonsillar fossa with the palatine tonsil. Palatine tonsil is located there. Okay, so palatoglossal fold, palatopharyngeal fold. Now I already saw external features of this soft palate. Okay, now we are moving to the muscles of soft palate. It is made up of mainly 5 muscles: tensor palatini, levator palatini, musculus oblus, palatoglossals, and palatopharyngeus. First one is a tensor palatini muscle. How to explain a muscle? See, like this: origin, insertion, nerve supply, and then action. Nerve supply we will discuss it together. So the remaining 3 features we have to discuss now. Origin. It is arising from the lateral side of the auditory tube and adjoining part of the base of the skull. See, this is the nasal cavity now. Here in this diagram, this is the nasal cavity. This is a soft palate. See, the structure. This one is a soft palate. Then below that, here comes a oral cavity. See, this nasal cavity. Here comes a ear. That middle ear is connected to the nasopharynx by a tube known as the auditory tube or eustachian tube. Now, in this image, this is what the eustachian tube or the auditory tube. Okay, so it is opening into the nasopharynx, which is seen behind the nasal cavity. See, so here comes the location of the nasopharynx. And this is what this conical shaped structure. This is what the auditory tube or eustachian tube. So this muscle, which is arising from the auditory tube, lateral, which is the lateral side of the auditory tube and adjoining part of the base of the skull. See, this muscle is arising in the lateral surface and adjoining part of the base of the skull. Lateral surface of auditory tube and adjoining part of the base of the skull. From there, this muscle fibers runs downward. And see here, it winds around a hook-like structure and reaches a soft palate. Then only it can reach the soft palate. Okay. So it arises from the auditory tube and the base of the skull. From there, it runs first it runs downward, then it winds from the pterygoid hamulus and reaches the soft palate. There it is spread to form a leaf-like structure known as palatine aponeurosis. Aponeurosis that you already know. So here it will spread to form a leaf-like structure known as the palatine aponeurosis. That aponeurosis is inserted to the posterior border of hard palate and the inferior surface of hard palate behind the palatine crest. Where I'll show you on diagram. See, this is the posterior border of the hard palate. So that palatine aponeurosis is connected to this posterior border of the hard palate. Not only to the posterior border of the hard palate, inferior surface of the hard palate behind the palatine crest. Now you can see the inferior surface of the hard palate. This area, this is what the inferior surface of the hard palate. Okay, and this one is the palatine crest. This ridge is known as the palatine crest. So this part of the inferior surface, only this part. Okay, so inferior surface of the inferior surface of the hard palate behind the palatine crest. This is the palatine crest. So behind the palatine crest means this area, only this area. Okay, so inferior surface into this area. So inferior surface of hard palate behind the palatine crest and posterior border of the hard palate. Okay, here comes the opposite. Clear? So origin and insertion of tensor relay palatine muscle. Origin from the auditory tube, lateral side of the auditory tube, then base of the skull inserted to the posterior border and inferior surface of hard palate to tighten the soft palate. Now, levator relay palatine, that muscle also arises from the auditory tube. But see, it arises from the inferior surface of the auditory tube and adjoining part of the base of the skull inserted to the palatine aponeurosis. See, here, this is what the nasal cavity with the conge. Here we can see the posterior end of the inferior conge and the middle conge. Okay, and this is the palate. Then here comes the oral cavity. This is the tongue and teeth. Okay, so here we are having the opening of the auditory tube or eustachian tube. I've already told you the nasopharynx. So this muscle is arising from the inferior aspect of the inferior aspect of the auditory tube. From there it runs downward and reaches soft palate. Okay, so that muscle it is a tensor. So levator palatine muscle arising from the inferior aspect of the auditory tube, and some fibers are arising from the skull. So adjacent part of the base of the skull inserted to the aponeurosis, upper surface of the palatine aponeurosis. I already told you what is that aponeurosis. Aponeurosis, it is nothing but the tendon of this tensor palatine muscle. Tensor palatine muscle, here it will expand to form a leaf-like structure. That structure it is a aponeurosis. Okay. Action, as the name indicates, it elevates the soft palate. Now the next one, musculus solus. It arises from the posterior nasal spine and the palatine aponeurosis. What is that posterior nasal spine? See here on the posterior border, just a minute. See here on the posterior border of this hard palate, here we can see spine-like projection. See, this is the magnified view of this area. Okay, see, here we can see a spine-like projection. This diagram is very clear. This spine-like projection, that is what the posterior nasal spine. So musculus oblus arises from this posterior nasal spine. Okay, so origin from the posterior nasal spine and palatine aponeurosis. Insertion to the mucous membrane. What is that mucous membrane? See here in this diagram, imagine this white colored area that represents a mucous membrane. Okay, so this is the hard palate. This yellow colored area, that is what the hard palate. So posterior end of the hard palate comes here. That means here comes the posterior nasal spine. So this musculus oblus arise from this posterior nasal. Some of the fibers of the musculus oblus arise from this posterior nasal spine. Other fibers arise from that aponeurosis. Anyway, both fibers runs downward and backward and inserted to this white colored mucous membrane. That is what the covering of the palate. Okay, so that mucous membrane inserted to that mucous membrane. What will be the action? It elevates or it pulls up the rubicon. Okay, so these are the details of musculus ovalus. Then palate tuberculosis, as the name indicates, it arises from the palate and inserted to the glossus or the tongue. Origin from the oral surface of or inferior surface of the palatine aponeurosis, insertion to the side of the tongue. So automatically it pulls the tongue upward. See, from the palatine aponeurosis to the tongue. So when this muscle contracts, it pulls the tongue upward. Then palatopharyngeal muscle. It is having two bundles or two fasciculae. Fasciculus means bundles. Anterior fasciculus or anterior bundle and posterior fasciculus or posterior bundle. Anterior fasciculus arise from posterior border of the hard palate. Posterior fasciculus arise from palatine aponeurosis. See, anterior fasciculus arise from here, posterior border of the hard palate. Posterior fasciculus, which is arising from the aponeurosis. Aponeurosis, so it comes here in this posterior part. Okay, so posterior fasciculus arise from that aponeurosis, anterior fasciculus arise from this posterior border of the hard palate. Then both fibers runs backward and downward. Inserted to the, roughly we can say it is inserted to the pharynx. Exactly where posterior border of the lamina of the thyroid cartilage. Some of the fibers are inserted to the lamina of the thyroid cartilage. The remaining fibers continues with the pharynx. Okay, so that's why it's known as palatopharyngeus. US, and S is there. Then action interpulse of the pharynx. Then nerve supply. All these muscles, so 5 muscles are there. All these muscles are supplied by pharyngeal plexus except the tensor bilaterally, which is supplied by the mandibular nerve. So all muscles of the soft palate except the tensor of palatine muscle are supplied by pharyngeal plexus. Tensor palatine muscle is supplied by mandibular nerve. Then blood supply is supplied by greater palatine, it's a branch of maxillary nerve, and ascending palatine, it's a branch of facial nerve. Venous drainage, pterygoid venous plexus. Okay, then lymphatic drainage into deep cervical lymph nodes and the retropharyngeal lymph nodes, same like that of heart palate. Clinical anatomy, cleft palate. Cleft palate means there will be a gap in the palate. That condition it is known as what a cleft palate. It is because of the non-fusion of right and left halves of palate. Okay, so these are the some of the important details of this palate. The remaining details that you have to read from your textbook.